Now that I'm able to get out of the neighborhood and go to some more interesting places, I still have to do that 2.5 miles a day for exercise. And there's a downside to that. It's only exercise for the legs, maybe a little bit for the heart. But there's more of me that needs attention. All my life, I have really hated going to a gym, but there may be an answer for that. Yeah, it's a gym, but it's part of a wellness center run by St. Mary's Hospital. This place offers something different. First, a staff made up of people who really know what they're doing. They can assess what's needed and then design a way to ease into it. That includes finding the right equipment and then coming up with workarounds for any problems that may crop up. It's good to have someone walk you through each step. On all of these things, it helps to have someone else see the range of motion and then know how to set the proper weight. For older people who'd rather not be the odd figure in a sea of glistening young hard bodies in a commercial gym, this hospital-run center offers a lot of advantages.
It's open to the community, just the general population. So anyone can work out here. College students can come work out here if they want to, but at the same time we also cater more, I think, towards older population. We do post-rehab, so people who were in physical therapy and are kind of transitioning into the activities of everyday life, they can it makes that transition a little bit easier. And then we do phase 3 cardiac rehab and also pulmonary rehab.
I hope to avoid needing either of the last two. The bike exercises leg muscles, but only a few. Turns out there are many. This hospital-run wellness center provides an added level of confidence in the credentials of its employees and anybody else giving advice.
Personal trainers do have to have a certification, so you take an exam to become a certified personal trainer. I have a degree from University of Georgia in exercise and sports science.
Good reason to pay attention. One question I have is, how do I do this without doing some damage? My life has been almost completely sedentary. So how do I get into this without causing a strain or a sprain or some other form of wreckage?
My kind of general rule is if you're doing 10 reps per exercise, you should be tired by the 8th rep, but you should be able to do 2 or 3 more after that. And if you're straining yourself to the point where you're really struggling on that last rep, then you should probably down the weight, because if you're starting too fast, too soon, you're very prone to injury.
Injury is what I don't need. I thought this would be the one that kills me, but it's easy. Well, until it's time to increase the weight. Once I feel I'm making some progress, what do? Do I add more weight or more repetitions?
It's kind of up to you more so, I think, what you're trying to do. If you're trying to strengthen, then you would want to up the weight. If you're trying to say you want to tone and you're doing it for physique, then probably up the sets.
I think I'm past the point of even having a physique. I think my worst enemy, other than myself, is the recliner in my room. I can read in it, trance out, fall asleep. Listen to audiobooks, trance out, fall asleep. Or just fall asleep. My doctor, as always, is diplomatic about it.
We do know that with all diseases, people who are up and about do better than those who aren't. People who, for whatever reason, sit around and don't do anything, basically sit in a chair all day, do less well than people who are up and about. Definitely sedentary people don't do quite as well.
I think the time has come. Either it goes or I do, and I'm not ready. The goal is simple: keep everything moving. Maybe build a little muscle. Taking Ashley's advice, I start out with light weights. Very light weights. Baby weights. I don't care how it looks. I can add to this later. After doing this for a couple of months, I'm still waiting for the endorphin rush. Haven't encountered a single endorphin. Maybe all of mine died. Well, there's not going to be a lot more of that. If you think watching an old guy ride round and round gets stale pretty quickly, try watching him do exercises in a gym an hour a day, 3 times a week. Ashley and the other good folks at the gym will keep me on the right track, but there is no reason you have to suffer along as I gripe about it. Instead, let's look at that nearly 40 miles of bike trails under construction in and around Athens, Georgia, and the Connect the Dots challenge it presents. Plus, what the heck is that? Yeah, I know, it looks like a church steeple, but it's not growing out of the roof of a church. It seems to be sprouting out of the ground.